Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. A comprehensive tutorial on removing HTML elements with code examples. This tutorial will guide you through the various methods of removing HTML elements using JavaScript, covering different scenarios and providing detailed explanations with code examples. We'll explore techniques from simple element removal to handling more complex DOM manipulations. Finally, we'll wrap up with a section on removing all children of an element. Why remove HTML elements? Removing HTML elements dynamically is crucial for creating interactive and responsive web applications. Here are some common scenarios where you might need to do this. Dynamic content updates replacing or removing outdated content with new data. Filtering and search showing only elements that match specific criteria, removing others from the display. User interface interactions removing elements in response to user actions like closing a modal or deleting an item from a list. Performance optimization removing elements that are no longer needed or visible to improve page load times and rendering performance. Form handling clearing form fields or sections based on user input or validation. Understanding the DOM, Document Object Model. Before diving into the code, it's essential to understand the DOM. The DOM is a tree-like representation of your HTML document. Each HTML tag, attribute, and text node becomes a node in the DOM tree. JavaScript allows you to access and manipulate these nodes, enabling you to change the structure, style, and content of your web page dynamically. Methods for removing HTML elements. Here's a breakdown of the most common and effective methods for removing HTML elements using JavaScript. 1. Remove child, removing a child element. The remove child method is used to remove a specific child element from its parent element. It's a fundamental method and forms the basis for many other removal techniques. Syntax parent element, the parent element of the element you want to remove. Child element, the element you want to remove. Example Explanation One HTML structure we have an unordered list, ul, with 3 list items, li. The second list item has an ID of item to remove. 2 JavaScript remove item, function, this function is called when the button is clicked. Document.get element by ID, we use this to get references to the parent element, my list, and the child element to be removed, item to remove. List.remove child, item to remove, this line removes the item to remove element from the list element. Error handling, the if statement checks if both elements are found before attempting to remove anything. This prevents errors if the elements don't exist. Important considerations you must have a reference to both the parent and the child element. If the child element is not a child of the parent element, the remove child method will throw an error. Remove child only removes the element from the DOM, it doesn't delete the element from memory. If you have event listeners or other data associated with the element, you may want to handle those separately to prevent memory leaks. 2. Removing an element from itself. The remove method provides a more straightforward way to remove an element. It removes the element directly from the DOM without needing a reference to the parent. Syntax element to remove, the element you want to remove. Example Explanation One HTML structure same as the previous example. 2 JavaScript remove item, function, called when the button is clicked. Asterisk document.getElementById, gets a reference to the element to be removed, item to remove. Asterisk item to remove. This line directly removes the item to remove element from the DOM. Asterisk advantages of remove, asterisk. Asterisk more concise syntax. Asterisk you don't need a reference to the parent element. Asterisk browser compatibility asterisk remove, is supported by most modern browsers. If you need to support older browsers, like IE before version 11, you may need to use a polyfill or the remove child method. 3. Removing multiple elements, looping and filtering. Often, you'll need to remove multiple elements that meet certain criteria. This usually involves looping through a collection of elements and removing those that satisfy a condition. Asterisk example asterisk removing all list items with a specific class. Explanation asterisk. 1 HTML structure asterisk we have a list with some items having the class removeMe. 2 JavaScript asterisk. Asterisk document.query selector all, .removeMe, this selects all elements with the class removeMe and returns a node list. Asterisk items to remove. For each, we loop through the node list using for each. Asterisk item.remove, inside the loop, we remove each element using the remove method. Asterisk alternative using a for loop, for older browser compatibility. Important asterisk when using a standard for loop, iterate backwards. If you iterate forwards, removing an element will change the indices of the remaining elements, potentially causing you to skip elements. Asterisk removing elements based on other criteria, example data attributes, text content. 4. Inner HTML equals, removing all children of an element. If you want to remove all the child elements of a particular element, the simplest and often fastest method is to set its inner HTML property to an empty string. Asterisk syntax asterisk. Asterisk parent element, the element whose children you want to remove. Asterisk example asterisk. Explanation asterisk. 1 HTML structure asterisk a div with several child elements. 2 JavaScript asterisk. Asterisk document.getElementById, my div, gets a reference to the div. Asterisk div inner HTML equals, this sets the inner HTML of the div to an empty string, effectively removing all its children. Asterisk advantages asterisk. Asterisk simple and concise. Asterisk generally faster than looping through and removing individual elements, especially for a large number of children. Asterisk disadvantages asterisk. Asterisk removes all event listeners attached to the removed elements. Asterisk if you need to preserve any of the child elements, this method is not suitable. Asterisk may cause performance issues if the element has a very large amount of HTML content, as the browser needs to reparse the entire element. This is generally not a concern for typical use cases. 5. Removing all children iteratively, using while loop. This is another approach to removing all children, useful when you need more control or compatibility with older browsers. Asterisk syntax asterisk. Asterisk example asterisk. Explanation asterisk. 1. The while loop continues as long as the parent element has a first child, div first child returns true. 2. Inside the loop, div remove child, div first child, removes the first child element. Because the first child is removed, the next child becomes the first child, and the loop continues until no children remain. Asterisk advantages asterisk. Asterisk more control over the removal process. Asterisk compatible with older browsers. Asterisk disadvantages asterisk. Asterisk slightly more verbose than inner HTML equals. Asterisk potentially slower for very large numbers of children. 6. Using replace with, to remove and replace. The replace with method removes an element and replaces it with one or more new nodes. While not strictly just removal, it's useful if you want to replace an element with nothing, effectively removing it. Asterisk syntax asterisk. Asterisk example asterisk. Choosing the right method. The best method for removing HTML elements depends on your specific needs. Asterisk remove child. Asterisk use when you have references to both the parent and child elements and need to remove a specific child. Asterisk remove. Asterisk use when you only have a reference to the element to be removed and want a more concise syntax. Asterisk looping with remove, or remove child, use when you need to remove multiple elements based on specific criteria. Iterate backwards when using a for loop to avoid skipping elements. Asterisk inner HTML equals asterisk use when you want to remove all children of an element quickly and don't need to preserve any of them. Asterisk while, parent element dot first child, loop asterisk use when you want to remove all children and require compatibility with older browsers or need more fine-grained control. Asterisk replace with, asterisk use when you want to remove an element and replace it with something else, including nothing. Important considerations for performance and memory management. Asterisk event listeners asterisk when you remove an element, any event listeners attached to that element are also removed from the DOM. However, if you have references to those event listeners in your JavaScript code, they may still be consuming memory. Make sure to properly remove event listeners to prevent memory leaks. You can use element.removeEventListener, event, function name, for each event listener you want to remove. Asterisk garbage collection asterisk the browser's garbage collector will eventually reclaim the memory used by the removed elements, but this doesn't happen immediately. If you're removing a large number of elements frequently, you may want to explicitly set the element references to null after removing them to help the garbage collector. For example, asterisk detached DOM nodes asterisk be aware of detached DOM nodes. These are elements that are no longer attached to the main DOM tree but are still being held in memory because your JavaScript code has references to them. Detached DOM nodes can lead to memory leaks. Avoid holding unnecessary references to removed elements. Asterisk profiling asterisk for complex applications. Use your browser's developer tools to profile your code and identify any potential performance bottlenecks related to DOM manipulation. Pay attention to memory usage and rendering times. Conclusion. This tutorial has covered the fundamental techniques for removing HTML elements using JavaScript. By understanding the DOM and the various methods available, you can effectively manipulate the structure of your web pages, create dynamic user interfaces, and optimize performance. Remember to consider the specific requirements of your application when choosing the appropriate method and pay attention to potential performance and memory management issues. Experiment with the code examples and adapt them to your own projects to solidify your understanding. Good luck! Okay, let's dive into a comprehensive tutorial on HTML comments, what they are, how to use them effectively, their best practices, and, finally, how to remove them using code, Python with regular expressions, for demonstration. What are HTML comments? HTML comments are sections of code within an HTML document that are ignored by the web browser when rendering the page. They serve as a way for developers to annotate code explain the purpose of specific HTML elements, sections, or attributes. Disable code temporarily comment out portions of code that you don't want to execute without deleting them. This is helpful for debugging or trying out different approaches. Asterisk provide instructions or documentation. Asterisk leave notes for yourself or other developers who might work on the code in the future. Asterisk leave reminders, comment out things that need to be fixed, added, or removed. 2. The syntax of HTML comments. HTML comments follow a specific syntax. Asterisk comments begin with --. Asterisk comments end with --. Asterisk anything between these delimiters is treated as a comment and is not displayed in the browser. Important considerations. Asterisk comments cannot be nested. You can't have a comment inside another comment, this is a comment, but this is not this will cause unexpected behavior. Asterisk comments can span multiple lines. Asterisk you can include any text within the comments, including HTML tags, they will be ignored. Asterisk comments can appear anywhere within the HTML document, in the head, body, or any other element. 3. Why use HTML comments? Best practices and examples. Here are some common use cases for HTML comments with examples. 1. Explaining sections of the page. Asterisk. In this example, comments clearly mark the beginning and end of the header section, as well as the navigation menu within it. This improves readability and helps developers quickly identify different parts of the page structure. 2. Disabling code temporarily, debugging/experimentation. This is useful when you want to test different code variations or troubleshoot problems. You can easily comment out sections of code to see if they are causing the issue. 3. Documenting code functionality. Asterisk. This comment provides a high-level overview of the form's purpose and points to a related file for more in-depth information. This is especially helpful for larger projects where multiple developers are involved. 4. Leaving reminders/to-do items. Asterisk. The todo tag is a common convention for marking items that need to be addressed later. IDEs and code editors often have features that highlight todo tags in your code. You can also use other tags like fixme or note. 5. Conditional comments, Internet Explorer specific. Deprecated but might still be encountered in legacy code. Asterisk note asterisk conditional comments were a proprietary feature of Internet Explorer used to apply specific styles or scripts to different versions of IE. They are no longer supported by modern browsers, including modern versions of IE. You should generally avoid using them in new projects. Instead, use feature detection or CSS media queries to handle browser-specific styling. 4. Common mistakes to avoid. Asterisk over-commenting. Asterisk too many comments can make the code harder to read and maintain. Comments should clarify why code is doing something, not just what it is doing. The code itself should be clear enough for that. Asterisk using comments instead of meaningful code. Asterisk if your code requires extensive comments to be understood, it might be a sign that you need to refactor your code to make it more self-documenting. Use clear variable names, break complex logic into smaller functions, and use design patterns where appropriate. Asterisk leaving sensitive information in comments. Asterisk avoid putting passwords, API keys, or other sensitive data in comments, as they can be accidentally exposed. Asterisk not updating comments. Asterisk if you change the code, make sure to update the corresponding comments to reflect the changes. Outdated comments can be more harmful than no comments at all. Asterisk nesting comments. Asterisk as mentioned earlier, don't nest comments as it will break the parsing logic. Removing HTML comments with code, Python example. While comments don't affect the rendered output of a web page, you might want to remove them for various reasons, such as Asterisk reducing file size. Asterisk comments add to the file size of your HTML documents, which can impact website performance, especially for large pages. Asterisk obfuscation. Asterisk removing comments can make it slightly harder for others to understand your code, though it's not a robust form of security. Don't rely on this as a primary method of securing your application. Asterisk compliance. Asterisk some coding standards or security policies might require the removal of comments before deployment. Here's how you can remove HTML comments using Python with the regular expression module. Explanation. Asterisk 1. Import asterisk imports the regular expression module. 2. Remove _HTML_ comments, HTML_string, function asterisk. Asterisk takes an HTML string as input. Asterisk comment _pattern equals recompile, r, redoodle, asterisk. This creates a regular expression pattern to match HTML comments. Asterisk, matches the opening comment tag. Asterisk, asterisk. This is the core part. It captures any character, 0 or more times, asterisk. The makes it non-greedy, meaning it will match the shortest possible string that satisfies the pattern. Without the, it would match from the first, to the last on the page, potentially removing large sections of the HTML. The parentheses create a capturing group, but we don't actually use the captured group's value in this case, we're just removing the entire match. Asterisk matches the closing comment tag. Asterisk redoodle, this flag is important. By default, the dot character in a regular expression does not match new line characters, \n. Redoodle makes the dot match any character, including new lines. This is necessary to correctly handle multi-line comments. Asterisk cleaned _HTML equals comment _pattern dot sub, HTML _string, asterisk. This uses the sub method of the compiled regular expression to replace all occurrences of the comment pattern with an empty string. In effect, it removes all the comments. Asterisk return cleaned _HTML asterisk returns the cleaned HTML string. Important considerations when removing comments asterisk. Asterisk testing asterisk always test the code thoroughly after removing comments to ensure that it doesn't introduce any unexpected errors or break functionality. Asterisk backup asterisk before removing comments from your original HTML files, create a backup copy in case you need to revert the changes. Asterisk be careful with embedded content asterisk the regular expression approach, while generally effective, can sometimes have unintended consequences if you have unusual HTML structures or if comments are used within other contexts, example inside JavaScript strings, though that's generally bad practice. Asterisk minification asterisk for production deployments, consider using a dedicated HTML minification tool. Minifears not only remove comments but also perform other optimizations, such as removing witty space and shortening attribute names, which can further reduce file size and improve website performance. Examples of such tools are HTML minifier, Node.js, and various online HTML minifears. These tools are more robust and designed specifically for this task. Asterisk context is key asterisk the best way to approach comment removal depends on your specific goals. Is it a one-time cleanup, part of an automated build process, or something else? More robust HTML parsing, alternatives to regular expressions. While regular expressions are convenient for simple comment removal, they are not ideal for complex HTML parsing and manipulation. For more robust and reliable handling of HTML, consider using dedicated HTML parsing libraries. Here are some popular options. Beautiful Soup, Python pip install Beautiful Soup 4. Beautiful Soup parses the HTML into a tree structure, making it easier to navigate and manipulate. It's more resilient to malformed HTML than regular expressions. The code finds all comment nodes and removes them. *LXML, Python pip install LXML, a faster XML/HTML processing library. *JSDOM, JavaScript/Node.js provides a DOM implementation in JavaScript, allowing you to manipulate HTML as you would in a browser environment. *Cheerio, JavaScript/Node.js similar to jQuery for server-side use, fast and flexible for parsing and manipulating HTML. In summary, HTML comments are valuable tools for annotating, documenting, and debugging code. Use them judiciously to improve code readability and maintainability. When removing comments, consider the context and use appropriate tools, regular expressions for simple cases, dedicated HTML parsers for more complex scenarios. Always test your code after removing comments to ensure that it works as expected.